Morning there, guys. No, I haven't really done a video here in quite a while. Let me give you a brief update of what's going on. One, I can't stay very long, so unfortunately I have to open the cigar shop. Two, I'm working mandatory overtime at my other job as a hydraulics technician for an aviation company. So, I've been staying pretty busy. I'm working 70 hours a week between this job and that job. Between home life and maintaining a relationship with friends and family, and my little Amanda, it definitely means YouTube's got to take a back seat for me. Which, it's not like there's too many of you guys to miss me, but I do appreciate the guys that I do have subbed. It cracks me up. You can sit in the store and listen to people trying to open the doors before the freaking open sign is on. It kills me. It kills me. I just stand there and watch them. Anyway, sorry for the little brief offshoot there. I wanted to answer Jay's question about what your Everest is. What a loaded question, man. I mean, to really make somebody sit down and confront like their goals and their purposes and what their main struggle is, what their Darth Vader is to their Luke type thing. I think mine would be the fact that, for one, I'm 20 years old. So for me, I'm not quite in that transitional part of life yet where I'm just starting to figure out what I really want to do with my life, where a lot of you guys have already made it to that point. So my thing is, I want to be in the aviation industry, regardless of what it is. If I'm a mechanic, a engineer, I'm shooting for engineer, because that's one of my Everest goals, is the fact that when presented with a challenge, I always try to overcome said challenge and rise to the top. I don't like settling. I grew up in a very small town. There's people I went to high school with that still live like 2 blocks from the high school with their parents. If not, they bought a house 2 blocks from where they went to high school. If you're one of those people, that's all fine and good, but I'm not. At 18, I tried joining the Marine Corps. My eyes were shitty, so about 6 months of my life got flushed down the drain. Devoted a lot of time and effort to that, which still really I'm butthurt about. But so I hate to say it, but I feel like I've been trying to run away and let's put it a better way. I don't like sitting in one spot for too long. I like to explore. I like to experience new things, new food, new people, new smells, new sights, new sounds. I think one of my main things, besides going and getting my engineering degree and stuff like that for my Everest, is overcoming the stigma that is associated with kids my age. Like, I'm 20 years old. There's people in my generation that are pieces of shit that will never amount to anything. They will leech off what we as Americans have set up to help the less fortunate, such as healthcare, and now with Obamacare, like Social Security for the older people, that's going to go to the wayside. Unemployment. I know people that literally will go get a job for 2 months, hurt themselves on purpose, and then try to collect workers' comp. And I know people that live off welfare that don't need welfare. They're just lazy. So I think that's my biggest goal to overcome. And I know this is kind of a big lumpy, unpolished turd that I'm throwing at you guys right now, but I'm just trying my best with what I got. And my thing is, I have to overcome that stigma. The fact of the matter is that I'm not one of those people. I'm 20 years old, but I'm working my ass off for everything I have. I've caught flack from a couple of my friends and family, and I've gotten a lot of support from the people who really matter, but I want to get a new vehicle, a newer used vehicle. I work hard. I work 70 hours a week. I make good money. I want to save my money and buy said vehicle at some point in time. I'm not talking about running out and financing a vehicle tomorrow. And I think that's my biggest thing, Jay, is surpassing or overcoming that stigma that my generation is no good. And I hope this is somehow pieced together. I apologize for it being kind of jumping around, but it's kind of how my brain works. So yeah, my biggest two Everests in my life, or my mountains to climb, are one, overcoming the stigma that my generation are just bleh, which I agree with on the most part, but not all of us. Two, the fact that I don't like to settle. I'm not going to settle for a mechanic job, you know, working on aircraft. I'm not going to stop until I'm designing the bastards, you know. If you don't have goals, if you don't have steps to constantly climb, you're not challenging yourself, you're not pushing yourself, you become complacent, and then you lay down and accept things. And I will not settle. I have a father that was one semester away from getting his engineering degree. He couldn't finish it up. He hated school. He was doing it for the wrong reasons. It wasn't for him. And now he regrets it. He's a diesel mechanic for the past 25 years. He regrets it. I know he does. I'm not going to settle. And him and I have talked about that. He said, don't be like me. So, a little heartfelt rant for you guys. But I appreciate the view. And Jay, take her easy, brother.